It's all a cut, you know.
That's exactly what you were saying. Don't compromise on too much or anything if
Yeah.
you can. You know, audio is one obvious one. So for filmmakers watching you now and having the chat here with me, and to have a project that feels too big for their means, or what's the first practical thing
Okay.
they should do, do you think?
All right. Well, first of all, this is for new filmmakers. Okay, you need a script. Look, here's mine. You need to write a script, right? Now, this dog-eared thing. This is my script, but it's the blueprints. Without this, you're nothing. Okay, so write your scripts. Write your scripts, and don't limit yourself too much. But if you know, for example, if you know you've got a castle set you can use, or there's an old Victorian building nearby, or there's a great river bit, and you want to set it around there, use what you've got around you. So write the story based on that, but don't limit yourself. If you want to have spaceships and worlds blowing up, do it. Write it all in. There's all, and then when you've written the script and you've written it and written it and written it, and you've had a bunch of actors read it and you're really happy and confident, then you break it down. Break the script down. So you've got every scene shot by the river, every scene shot in the house, every scene shot in, the farm or whatever. Then you break it down even more. So every scene shot in the castle, where you want one in that room and you've got one in the kitchen and one in the, whatever. Break it down and then separate all them. So, and then you're going to shoot all of the scenes in the castle in one block, but you're going to shoot all the kitchen scenes and the front rooms. So you don't have a front room in a castle, do you? But anyway, you break it down that way. All the special effects, put them over to one side. And then you obviously you've got to find some actors, find some really, really good actors. But that side, start with that, and then you go, well, I've got that scene in the castle for 3 days. You go for every scene. You say, how long is it going to take me to shoot? Realistically, how long is it going to take me to shoot that? Well, we got this shot, we got that shot. We want a camera move in here. So right, you need the dolly for that day as well. And you just literally break it down that way. It's boring and it takes a long time and it's hard work. But that way you can truly price up what it's realistically going to cost. You can also work out, well, we need that actor for 4 days. We need her for 7 days. She comes in just for the 1 day. And you have to sort of jiggle it around. And I use bits of paper like this, and I just have everything sort of lined up. You don't need expensive software. If you want to get the expensive software, good on you. But it's a lot easier doing it like that. And literally just type it up. All the scenes set in this room, all the scenes set in that room. That's the first place, but you can really accurately price it up then. And then you think, well, it's going to cost $5,000. Okay, how am I going to get $5,000? Well, that's when we then go to crowdfunding. But we're building our audience and we've been saying, hey, look, I've done the scene breakdown. That's a video in itself, just showing people what you've done. People will engage and they will start to follow you. So yeah, and then once you get the money, then you go and you shoot it. And with the special effects, if you've got special effects, how am I going to do this realistically? Well, Johnny can use After Effects, and and I'll tell you what, I've got to talk about special effects here. I'm 60, right? I'm not a computer genius. I've been an editor, yes, but I just cut on film. So, but the point is, you can learn stuff. It's very easy to learn this stuff. It takes time. If you want to use AI, I don't recommend it, but it can fix things. I wouldn't recommend. I would put my film into AI and can you make me a film, please? I don't. For one, that will never happen. But well, it might do the way it's going. Use it to help you, but use it at the end just to fix things. I would.
Yeah. AI is very
go on if you want, but that's the basics, I would say.
No, you're right. AI is very much a tool that should be used exactly that way.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not something that you should just give a project to and go make this Hollywood blockbuster and come back in an hour and you have a piece of crap or whatever. I think as well when first-time filmmakers are writing their script, they should maybe write to what they have. It's part of what we teach on the course. If you have access to a house or a castle, as you said, use that as a location.
Yes.
If you have access to a guy with a big beard and a guy in his 60s, use them.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Get them in there. Definitely make it as easy for yourself as you can. You know, and
Yeah.
like everyone has a mobile phone. If that's what you have to shoot your first feature on, so be it.
Do you know, it goes back to what I said earlier. Is it a good story and is it told well? If you've only got a mobile phone, embrace it and use it. But you know what? The cameras are so cheap now. I mean, that might be something you crowdfund. You know, I'm not talking about a 9 grand kind of like, Arri Alexa or anything like that without any lenses on. But you can get yourself, I mean, honestly, I'll tell you this truthfully. My Invasion Planet Earth, I shot on a Panasonic Vericam, which was an 80 grand camera. But what people don't know is it was 720p. It wasn't even HD. So, but on this film, I've shot of Infinite Worlds. I've shot it on a Canon 5D Mark IV. So it's the 4K version. And we were able to fling it around. We didn't fling it around, but the point is, it's lighter, it's easy, you can move quickly. It looks great when you've got big cameras on set, but ultimately it comes down to the story, the acting, how it sounds. You've got it to look, you can tweak it to death. You can grade it beautifully. Even your mobile phone, once you get it in a nice grading package, you can do all sorts with it, really jazz it up. So don't beat yourself up about technology now, but get good sound.
Get good sound. That's it. And on that note, Simon, absolute pleasure having you on. I made it anyway.
Thank you.
Show for filmmakers, not film talkers, and you're obviously a filmmaker. Thanks for coming on board.
Thank you. Thank you. One very quick last word. If you're young and you're passionate about making films, I looked into the camera here, it doesn't go away because you get older. I can tell you, I was 16, I'm as enthusiastic now as I was then. So it doesn't go away. So you got to do it. Get out there, make that film. All right. So